Welcome back, cautious caravanners, to another episode of Tales from Terra. We're having a quick little name change because turns out there's another thing called Tales of Terra. Whoopsies. Well, it's gonna get fixed. But this is a new episode. We're finally back to, delve deeper into the mysteries of some gruesome murders. Like usual, some content warnings. This is a murder mystery. There's going to be some gruesome, gorish aspects from time to time. For the most part, it's, all post-mortem. It's so nothing to worry about too much there. But fantasy violence, swearing, drug abuse, plenty of that.
Drug abuse.
And that's all that is freely for content warnings. We're going to go ahead and introduce our players. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Hannah. You can find me on Instagram at HannahBird826. I play Max, who is a Vanara human, really into tinkering and mechanics and electricity. She likes to get her hands a little greasy, if you know what I mean. What's that? Oh, and she has she, her pronouns, as you've gathered. And she has a small familiar, which appears to be a half-mechanical crow with a mechanical wing and a cool little eye. Everybody wonders what it does. And her name is Minnie.
My name is David. I go by Zenokami on pretty much nowhere on the internet. Because, I'm a Luddite and I don't actually believe in technology. But if you are looking for me, another place you can find us is still right freaking here on the Delta Cryptid channel, where where I DM Heroes of Hysteria, our D&D live play. And I play the character Shin. Shin is a cyborg with some destructive tendencies that no one ever seemed to get him in trouble because he is regularly an upstanding citizen and just all around great guy. And a just fantastic role model for all children, including his nephew, Bison, who is, kind of taking the wrong path in life, but Shin's going to do his best to kind of get him back in order.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Last time that we left off, we had just gone through the investigation of an unfortunate woman who was left dead and dollified in a daycare. It was unpleasant for everyone involved. And our heroes then went back to the safest place they could think of, the tavern. And was surrounded by good allies. They're able to reconvene and recuperate. So let's get into it. The scene opens up and we see a wide shot from a high building in the city. It's a partly cloudy day, but the clouds are thick. They're heavy. They can't hold back the rain. As we see across the city, light comes through the clouds, and with the falling rain, we see pillars of light is kind of falling throughout. The camera then pans down slightly and falls directly down this skyscraper. And as it falls and gains speed, eventually we see hands come forward, and as it looks down, we see feet start to stomp across the skyscraper. The feet run across, leaping towards the next building into a building that's being built still, and you see forearms and hands grab onto ledges and pull themselves through this jungle gym of construction. They leap across the city, going from building to flagpole to rails, slowly climbing down the slope of this city built on a massive cliff. Until eventually they come to a rock cliffside. They land at the entrance to Clary's Cavern Tavern. And as this figure walks in. The camera pans out, and we see Clary. She's coming home from work, coming home for work, and her wife was manning the bar behind her for a little while. They kiss, and it's a lovely moment, but the camera continues off to the back, to where our heroes have been resting. And they are awoken by some unpleasant yelling. And you guys you hear Bison yelling to himself. No, why? That's so, no, what? I don't understand. Why?
Are you awake?
Yes. He opens his eyes, and you see that they are in that black, starry state that they go into when he's speaking to his Titan. And for a moment, they focus in on you as they respond. Yes, I'm awake. And he goes back to speaking to himself. Why is it cost that much? I don't understand. It shouldn't be so. And you hear the voice of something.
We don't. We do.
You hear the low static of a being from a higher plane of existence.
Okay. I'm going to start walking over to Bison, and as I do so, I'm going to say, "Oi, lad, can you hear me?"
Yeah. Well, and
I'm going to smack him across the face. I'm going to say, "Cut that shite out right now."
He blinks open, and he just kind of out of breath and uncomfortable. He starts to cry a little bit.
I'm gonna kind of kneel down and just kind of look at him and go, "What was it this time?"
I tried to ask him about who the murderer was. I figured I'd try to figure it out as fast as I can, and he said that it was too big, that the information could change cosmic plans. I don't know why. It's just a murder. He wanted to take my memories of you or my parents, and I couldn't.
Well, all right. Here's the first thing I'm gonna tell you. Number 1, fuck him. Number 2, I don't know if you know this, lad, but I myself actually have something of a voice in my head too. And I'll tell you one thing. Look at me now. Nothing good ever comes from listening to them. There's no price there's no price you should be willing to pay for anything that one's got to tell you.
I guess, but
at the end of the day, any of us have ever got is what we've got right there. And I'm going to kind of tap him on his head.
I understand, but I could save people, and I don't even remember my parents. All I remember is the stories you told me about them. So I don't understand why it matters. I couldn't do it.
It matters because it's yours.
As he's starting to well up again, Janice.
Oh, good. Good thing she came in, because I'm sitting here waffling. Do I offer him drugs?
No.
Oh God.
Never, Shin God. The voice in your head goes, "No, what is wrong with you?"
Even for me.
I may be a murderer, but come on. Anyways, Janice comes in.
He's my nephew.
And she's kind of freaking out. She's like, guys, have you seen the news?
Whoa, slow down. What's going on?
She
I'm never
pulls
going
out her
to take
phone.
a nap.
She pulls out her phone and shows you the Cole app, and there's been a ridiculous amount of activity over the last few hours just in this morning. There's a news feed article referring to the doll in the daycare. This is the name that they've given this pretty horrendous murder, and there are significant details about everything. And the, there, along with the actual details of the case, there's also thread upon thread of speculation and lies and conspiracies, all sorts of things just filling this news feed, including information that claims someone from afar saw two, three, maybe even four dark figures making their way in and out of the facility last night. But the pictures are, they're basically like Bigfoot Sasquatch ass captured pictures. So there's no detail, but someone knows.
Some kind of weird wavy red hair.
Exactly. And
I don't know who that could be. That's really weird.
yeah, who could that be?
Does real quick, does that thread seem to have any sort of activity on it?
Oh, constantly as you're watching.
No. I mean, like specifically that Sasquatch kind of picture.
Only a little bit, but it's not like details of who they think it is, or it's details about who they think it might be. It's nothing like, yes, I saw this person, whatever. It was more like, oh, I bet that was the killer going back to stage the body, or I bet that was some kids just playing a prank, or blah 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 blah. Speculation.
Any chance we can see who posted it?
You get some usernames if you want.
Yeah, I just like to know the username of who posted that picture.
All right, let's go for Larry Bird _3.
Is Bird also capitalized?
Yes, but it's with a Y.
Perfect. Larry Bird _3. Time was that posted?
That was posted maybe a couple hours after you got to the tavern.
Okay. Well, Larry Bird, better hope I don't meet you in the streets.
Janice speaks up. This has been blowing up for hours now. I when we saw it, Clary tried to go out to see if there's any information going around, but I don't think anyone knows that you guys were the ones that went in there. But whatever's is going on, this seems pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we knew this was gonna hit the collab pretty soon after we got in and out. That's why we went when we did. So I'm not too concerned unless people start pointing fingers at us.
Let's just hope that Mr. Larry Bird keeps the rest of his postings nice and quiet.
Yes. Oh, can we tell like what angle, by the angle of the picture, where he would have taken it from?
Yes.
He or she?
Bottom right.
North by northwest.
Does it ring any bells in terms of like?
Yeah, it's the lower end business district. So he's probably like a businessman, still like in a hotel room sort of deal.
Okay, so it looks like it was taken
meeting with his mistress.
Far away.
Yeah, it was pretty far away. It
seems.
It seems as though maybe they were, I don't know, snooping through.
Snoop is gonna snoop.
Snoop around, open windows from their higher loft, and they're like, ooh.
Well, either way, it doesn't much change our plan, does it?
Unless someone was watching their own crime scene from afar.
If he was, then we'd ideally run into him sooner or later.
Well, if you do, according to, and they scroll through another post, this might be who you're looking for, and they show you a picture of just, it's a person with one eye and half their face is just like melted flesh. This is a clearly like it looks surprisingly realistic, but it looks definitely like someone made this as a digital asset. This is someone's maybe just making this up, or maybe it is just a bad picture. It's
This is Larry Bird 3's profile.
No, this picture was posted. This picture was posted by anonymous, not anonymous.
No,
anonymous
this is
account.
by another poster.
In the same thread? I'm confused. What
Yeah,
is
it's
that?
well, it's just like a constant going feed on the news
Yeah.
headline.
It's one news article and then multiple feeds coming off of that regarding different updates, different opinions and positions and different conspiracies and all that.
Right. Okay.
The collab is not a good source of information.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of start pushing it away back into. It was Janice that came in.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of push it back into Janice's hands, and I'm going to be like, all right, that shit'll rot my brain if I look at it any longer.
Well, agreed. But it's kind of important to keep around. I mean, there's a lot of bullshit, but there's also someone clearly got a picture of you guys. We got to keep an eye on this stuff.
I agree.
Oh. I think there's something far more important that I need to see to first. I'm going to head forward to the bar and grab myself a nip.
Okay.
Of course.
Is it morning now?
Yeah, it's
Oh God, I'm overdue.
it's early enough in the morning. It's like I'm gonna say 9 o'clock because you guys went middle of the night yesterday. You came back, basically took a nap, and then woke back up.
Clarice.
That's the last time my character got high.
Clarice, can I have a coffee, please?
Of course, sweetie.
Make it strong, if you don't mind.
Strong as in a little something special strong, or just 2 shots of espresso strong?
Oh, just a little extra espresso.
Perfect. You got it.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate you.
And you see her whip around the back of the bar, just like happily mixing stuff together. She lights your coffee ground thing on fire with her fingers, and just happily, doing her business.
I'm going to reach back behind the bar like I own the place, grab a glass, and just pour myself like a finger.
Perfect. You see on the tablet iPad thing in the back where the cash register, a number by your name goes up.
Yep.
Put it on
And
my
Shane's
pad.
going to take a brief moment and look at it go up and point to the camera and go, "Cheers."
And the camera turns back around and you see Janice there. Okay, so what's your guys' plan?
All right. So we got some people we gotta talk to today. We gotta go to. I'm kind of
You want to
keeping this in hushed tones. But we gotta. I think we gotta go to Gate Street.
Yeah, the bar is empty. Because of what happened last night, they kept it closed.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, I think we gotta go to Gate Street. Is there anything in the collab about the impending attack on Annalise?
I'll take a look. And with a quick scroll, she sees that there is a public death threat from an anonymous source towards Annalise, claiming that they will be swiftly executed.
That's what we like to see. In a very weird way. It's true.
I'm going to just kind of glance over your shoulder, see that, pour myself another finger, cheers, and knock it back. I don't know. I have I ever attempted to smoke in the tavern?
They will take you and put you outside.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with drinking.
So we gotta go to Gate Street today. We got to. I want to go see Nana because I know that she knew Mary Kyion. And she might have some information for us on
Wait,
what she's been up to lately.
Mary's the one that got. Mary's the one that died?
Who said this?
Did I say
Who's
that?
asking?
Janice.
I'm going to look at Janice and I'm going to lean forward and go, indeed. And if it's all the same between all of us, I'd rather we keep that bit of information within the family, so to speak.
Because that's not public yet, right? That's not on the collab yet.
No,
Well,
they're just calling her the doll right now.
Okay.
God.
So
Do you
people
know her?
don't know this yet. What do you know about her?
Oh, I mean, she's one of the heads. Well, I mean, I guess the girl doesn't really have a head, but she's one of the heads of the foundation. Essentially, she's almost as well known as some of the other foundation members.
Wait, what foundation?
Well, you know the Royals and MSN and the stupid church. Or sorry,
and she-
college.
Well. Did you know if... tell me what you know about her. I am afraid I don't spend a whole lot of time staying informed about those things, but what else can you tell us about her?
Yeah, well, I think I've met her once during a mission that I had one time, but she was just a nice lady. She kind of was the face of the Grove whenever new people showed up. I once took a young fella who was trying to escape a sort of bad domestic life to the Grove, and she's the one that handled his, assignment, his location, his whatever else. I mean, she's not the only person who does stuff there, but she's usually at the forefront.
Who else does stuff there?
Let me get you a name.
Names, please.
Names, please. Da-da-da.
I think our best bet then... I wonder if even the folks at the Grove know who it is. Who the victim was.
I mean, maybe they're, like I said, I'm not in close contact with some of them. Some of the other important individuals, there was Gail, Carl, and Reed. Carl.
Gail, Carl.
Man, these guys are pretty redneck.
I mean,
Only in my depiction.
They're homeless people living in a garden. That's
Badass. Do you know if Mary had any family?
I don't think so. She was mostly known for being and now I'm having a personal mind issue. What's that called when you help deliver babies but you're not a doctor?
Midwife.
There we go. That's on me.
She was an assistant baby deliverer.
Exactly.
One who brings babies into worlds.
Yeah. She was pretty versed in medical stuff, usually taking care of a lot of the delivery issues that people were having, especially as people don't have any like health insurance or whatever. She would help them out.
Yeah.
Basically the kind of woman who would make lots of enemies. Perfect.
What was her connection to the daycare again?
I don't know. I mean, she's known as being like, I would have to guess that 10% of the people in this city, of the poor, she helped deliver.
I think
is huge.
I think we should discuss this in private if it's all the same to you, Janice. I'd rather not do this right here at the bar.
Okay. I mean, ain't no one coming in today with what was going on last night.
Oh,
We closed everything down.
oh, perfect. Okay, in that case,
At least until you
I'm
guys
going to
get the
pour
hell out of
myself
here, then
another
we'll.
drink, and I'm going to say, I think we've got two main places that I would like us to really start. Then, given what we've kind of can piece together from Mary and the Grove. First and foremost, I think we should get these DNA samples perhaps analyzed by someone, see if we can put a face to a spit as it is. Right? Perhaps get the name, and then maybe we cross-check that with whatever the Grove has seen for in terms of, people that would have come by and interact with Mary.
We probably want to bring our samples to Terrence Brennan.
Oh, that. Yeah, that nerdy fuck.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Unless you've got the name of another excellent geneticist in town.
Yeah. I mean, excellent's a strong word, but he does good work.
Moderately adept geneticist.
He's the best part about him is like he's got a good team behind him. But yeah, I think he definitely owes you guys a favor. Last time I saw, didn't you like keep his husband from finding out that he has a second wife?
We may have played.
To be perfectly honest with you, I can't really remember much past the last 24 hours. So if you say so, that works for me.
Ever since you guys became a detective agency, it's just a lot of cheating. You can go figure.
Yeah,
you think a detective would do more?
Big part of a lot of people's lives. Turns out.
I couldn't imagine, especially when with a babe like this. Oh, and and yeah, she's gonna let you guys have free reign. You can decide whether you want to go. I don't remember exactly all the options that you had available to you, but there was the address that you got, which I think it was 369.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yep. Gate Street, and then there was the facility where you could go actually possibly talk to Annalise. It's just at one of the colleges. It's not like hidden or anything. Mm-hmm. She has a public office. Mm-hmm. And then Grandma, and I suppose you could go to the Grove and talk to anyone there.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I
think DNA sample would be handy because that perhaps could at least give us a name.
Yeah, okay. They might take time to test too, so maybe we drop those off first.
Yes. Is there anything that's kind of on the way?
Yeah, we in terms of the specialty things, if you want to use one up, we can go ahead and knock that off of your things that you can use list, and we'll say we can just drop it off in a little drop box with a sketchy note that says, "You know what we need.
Get us the goods."
And how long does it normally take him to get us back something?
I'm gonna say 1 session.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like by the end of this one, or by the beginning?
By the beginning of the next one.
Beginning of the next one, you'll get a text.
Okay. All right, let's do that. Let's drop that off.
Dropping.
So we'll drop off a DNA sample, and then I think I'd be interested.
The saliva, right?
Yeah, so the saliva we're dropping.
Yeah.
Off. And then as I'm sitting here, even though we've made sure that security around Annalise is going to be that much heavier, perhaps we then focus on, fuck it, let's just go see your grandma. I think that'd be nice.
Nah, she'll make us some.
After last night, I could use some of grandma's tea, and plus she doesn't bat an eyelash if I take a spliff.
Yeah, she'll let you do whatever you want as long as you don't try to change her tea recipes. She's very particular about that.
All right.
By the time we get there, I'll be needing
you haven't come with me to see her in a long time, and she's starting to think you don't like her.
She's a smart lady.
How dare you?
I'm going to knock another one back, so I'm 4 shots in. And start walking out the door.
So yeah, as you guys open the door, it shutters open and close like a bar does. And as the door opens and closes on one of the opening shots, the door to your grandma's tea shop opens up, and you guys walk on in. And there's your grandma, just kind of. She's at this point in her like nightgown, but she's floating into. She's like trying to reach some tea that's really high up on like a sixth rung of a shelf. She's just floating, her tiny little feet barely going past the dress.
Is it possible for me to
What do you mean
identify
she's
which
floating?
one it is she's reaching for, run forward, jump, grab it, and come back down with it for her?
You're gonna scare her. She's gonna shit her little moo.
That's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and roll agility, something agility.
So when you say she's floating,
Yeah, she's straight up flying.
she can
Like it's
fly.
not. Yeah, she can
Is
fly.
that hereditary? Am I gonna be able to do that someday?
You
No.
can't do that? No?
Hereditary, no. Can you do that someday? Sure.
Currently,
Where's
I
the
cannot.
skills table? Sorry, one sec. I just want to pull up the skills table because I know there's a skill for this. Should have had this pulled up already, but
acrobatics.
Acrobatics. If you don't have that, just a straight agility. You can do athletics, but you'll run right into the shelf.
Depends what
see.
your intention is.
I have
Are you
awareness
trying to
now.
make a mess
I have
of it?
awareness and intimidation. That's all my character's
Or-
good at. So here we go.
Poise to do it as gracefully as possible.
Let's see. Oh, that's a natural 10 plus 6
Ooh.
for agility. So 16.
All right. Yeah, no, you see her floating up, and it's like she's kicking, like with her little
Mhm.
feet, just to float up a little bit. And as she's going to grab, you just like a cat zip past her and cling to the shelf and jump off and land on the ground next to where she's gonna be floating back down. And she goes, oh gosh, and
Looking for this.
oh gosh, it's been so long. And then you just come in and make me tinkle myself. Dear God, what's wrong with you, boy?
I
And
told him
I'm
not
gonna
to,
kind of pet
Nana.
her shoulder and be like, and what's this I hear about you saying that I don't like you?
Well, if you liked me, maybe I'd see you more often, and you wouldn't make me piss myself. Huh?
Well, don't be putting ideas in the lass's head.
And she's like, come here. And she comes in for like a big grandma kiss.
I'll do like a little side hug, right? Not actually kissing. And
Yeah, she's gonna grab your ear and kiss you.
okay. Here's your tea.
Oh, you're a good boy. She just gives you a little slap. I was like,
I'm gonna
Nana,
go to the
how
living
are
room
ya?
and smoke.
you have fun. Don't get, be ready.
Eh, don't worry about him.
I'll leave Bison and Max to handle everything else while Shin just goes and does good role model things.
Nana, how are you?
You know me, sweetie. I'm having a day.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I woke up at 3, and then that young fellow from down the road, he gave me a morning call. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay. That's,
What a
I don't
75
need
and
to.
spry.
So what else are you up to besides that stuff that I don't want to hear about?
Shin's gonna kind of loudly go like, ha!
And she just, your sister's been texting me. She seems a little worried about stuff, and I've been trying to talk to her, but she is.
What's she worried about?
Well, this can be kind of silly, but and she gets real serious and kind of she says, do you remember my friend Mary? She's been staying with her in the Grove because of having no prospects in life. And
Sister did it.
Wait, what's my sister's name again? Shit. What's my sister's name?
That's not nice.
if you don't have her name, I will tell you what her name is.
Tell me what my sister's name is.
Her name is now River.
River. Wait, River is staying with Mary?
Yeah, well, some time ago after some stuff went down in the city, she needed some help, and I told her that maybe Mary could help, and she's been mentoring with her for gosh, a few months now. She hasn't said
Where?
anything to you?
No, I never talked to her. You know that.
Well, I thought maybe she'd be doing better now.
So, hang on. You know, have you been looking at the news today at all?
Uh, no, I mean, it's a little early to care about what the hell's going on out there, you know?
Oh,
Why?
okay. You might want to sit down.
Okay.
At this point, kind of with my excellent awareness, kind of knowing what's about to happen, Shin's gonna come into the kitchen and just start brewing tea.
Okay. You know that the good stuff is she keeps below the cash register.
I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it. Can I use my gardening to kind of know some stuff?
Yeah, you take whiffs of different tea leaves and whatnot. You can roll if you want to figure out how good this tea is.
Sure. I just kind of want to prep it so like it's ready. Do I add anything for my garden life skill? Was it?
If it's a life skill, just add a 1d4.
Okay, it is a life skill.
Because unlike
I'm guessing
Max,
I can't intimidate the
no.
tea into working. Okay. That's
Speak faster.
that's gonna be a 6.
Okay. I'm assuming that was just did you add any ability to that?
Oh no, I didn't actually.
Yeah, you
What
can
ability
just
would
kind
you
of
like?
you can just kind of pick whatever feels best. I think for you, probably intuition would make the most sense.
Sure. Okay. In that case, awareness.
No.
Okay.
Not awareness.
Nice try.
Oh, how about logic and medicine?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure.
All right. So then that's another +1. So a total of 7.
All right. So it doesn't taste great, but it has the properties that you're gonna want. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to.
Or it can taste good and it's gonna be bad properties.
How about this? Would you also allow me to add my stoner and doctor this up a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. So I can roll another D4 on that?
Putting a
Yeah, why
mysterious
not?
powder in your tea.
Oh, that's a 4.
Of course, that's the one you roll well on.
That's the one I roll well on. So that brings us up to a 12.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a nice
Above
concoction. That'll do exactly what you want, and it's even gonna taste kind of nice.
Okay.
But
that's exactly
that
what I
aside,
want to give this old lady after she hears what Max is about to tell her.
Oh God.
speaking
I'm
of
gonna
which,
try to have that ready.
Nana.
it's time.
Nana.
Oh, yeah.
Look, something really bad happened to Mary.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, somebody, for some reason, took Mary's life, and we're trying to figure out why. It's part of the reason why we came here today, actually.
I
I'm gonna
can't
put the teacup down in front of her.
she grabs it and just kind of holds it there, and she 100% starts to just cry. I've known Mary most of my life. We haven't really talked in a while, but like, it's just I can't. Who did why?
We don't know.
That's what we'll find out. Squeeze her shoulder, go back to the living room, and blaze up. I'll leave you to go interrogate your grandma now.
Anna, yeah.
I know you were close. I'm really sorry to be the one to tell you this. But I really want to find out what happened to her, because I know that she was an angel, you know? And If there's anything at all that you think will help us figure out what happened to her. I mean, I hate to say this, but I guess I'm gonna have to go talk to River.
Is River okay? Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh god. You know, the last time. God, okay, so I think there's something you should know.
Okay.
You know how for the last 30 years or so, I've never left this place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever told you, but I know I never told you. But I've been under house arrest for a long time.
What?
Yeah, 30 something years ago, there was a bit of a ruckus over some of the crap going on with that stupid tower and damn royals and everything. And I was young, just a youthful 49-year-old, and I thought I could change the world. And that was the last time I saw her. I haven't been able. Well, the last time I was able to spend real time with her. Nothing comes from trying to change the world. God damn it. And it's just, tearful and sort of mourning and reminiscing at the same time. Is there anything I can help? Anything you need to know to help you find whoever did this?
Well, I'm a little curious about why you never told me you've been on house arrest all this time.
Well, truth be told, you think a lot and you create a lot and you help a lot, but you never really question too much why. And you always seemed so cheerful despite honestly the hellscape that is this city. I didn't want you to know. Plus, it's not like the punishment fits the crime. If I'm being honest, I hurt a lot of people during that fight, and I didn't want you to know. I just wanted to be your caring grandma.
I always loved you, Nana.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to love yourself when you say certain things out loud,
Yeah.
But, yeah, fuck all that. If anything happens, I'm breaking through this place and I'm coming to help whatever you need. Whoever hurt her, just no, I can't think of a better person than Mary. And I just, yeah, you bring them to me,
We're gonna figure it out. Hey, have you heard from River today?
Yeah, and she opens up her phone, and it's a smartphone, but it is like a tablet-sized phone with extra large font as she's just scrolling through.
It's a nanophone.
Exactly. And there's a string of like 3 or 4 texts from River that say, "Hey Nana, how are you doing? Is everything all right in the tea shop? Is it okay if I come by? Hey, is anyone around there? Have you seen anyone recently? Where is Max? Have you seen her?" Which, I mean, she never talks about you, so that's a little weird. But yeah, it's just short strings of text, just trying to get some quick information. And your Nana's just like, yeah, this is the last thing she said to me. I told her. Her answer is just no, 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 yes, no, no, yes, in order or whatever. But she hasn't gotten back to me yet. I don't really know where she is. I'm assuming she's in the Grove.
I gotta go find her.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 89 to 97 years old. My friends are gonna die. I know that. It's just doesn't seem like this should have been the way it happened, is all. But I'll be okay.
Well, hey, you text me if any questionable characters come into your shop, okay? I don't want you in harm's way right now. There's a lot going on out there.
Of course.
At the line, I'd like to think at the line of questionable characters, the camera just pans over to like a smoke-filled a room with like a blue smoky haze to it, and there's Shin on like on the couch.
Yeah, and with that, you know, she'll give you a pat on your back and a hug and thank you for letting me know. Be careful. And she's gonna scuttle her way to the living room and sit down next to Shin and pull out her hookah and just.
Did she drink her tea?
Oh no, it's untouched on the table. She was a little distracted, I think, but she might come back to it and get a surprise later on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure. I just want to make sure Bison doesn't grab it. What's Bison up to? Sure, this he's gonna just like, sit hanging out.
Yeah, he's at the counter drinking like a regular tea, except it's basically just juice. He's not a sophisticated palate.
Drugging my Nana? What is wrong with you?
You don't know that. I think.
But he's just on his computer, trying to research whatever he can.
Okay.
One more thing. We don't know where to find. Well, hell. I have a phone. I'm gonna call my sister.
Okay. Give her a call.
Bring.
You just yell at Minnie. He just flops down in front of you.
Your sister immediately picks up. Max.
River, are you okay?
Yeah. Did you see the news?
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but that was Mary, and I don't look. I think I'm in trouble. I think someone might be following me. I had to leave the Grove. I thought that I'm not sure if it was safe there anymore.
Okay, where are you right now?
I'm every time I've been turning the corner, it seems like they've been pushing me. I'm near Gate Street right now.
Okay, don't. Gate Street?
Yeah.
Good. We're headed there anyway. Don't let them think that they know that you know they're following them. Okay.
Okay.
Keep your head down. Try to stay around other people if you can. We're gonna be right there.
Okay. Max, I'm scared.
Hey, I know. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be right there. We're gonna figure it out.
Thank you. Bye. And she just hangs up.
We gotta go.
What's the rush? We're
Get
just
up,
getting to
Shin.
the good
My
part.
sister's in trouble. We gotta go.
Yeah, say that in front of your grandmother. All right, I'm gonna pop up.
She just puts her hands on her head like, oh gosh. She at no time in her life has she ever been more disappointed she can't leave her home than right now.
I'm going to begin kind of running outside, and before we kind of exit out the room, call out to Bison, "Oi, lad, we're leaving. No." And I'm going to turn back to Grandma and I'm going to say, "And you, drink your damn tea." Scoop up Max and Bison, make our way outside. We don't have a car or anything, right?
No.
Is there anyone about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is a public neighborhood. I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's just some middle-aged bloke getting,
About to get into his car?
Yeah, checking the tires on his sedan.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to it. I'm gonna kind of scoop him up by his lapel, push him against the car, and go and kind of stare him down the eyes and go, "Give me the keys."
Shin.
Also, hood up.
Make an intimidation roll, I guess.
Yes.
Nothing's gonna help. Your intimidation's
God.
stupid. I might as well
We're
try
not
to
cops.
roll.
We can't do that,
Tell
this
me.
is not illegal.
Oh, hang on. I got a 1, 2, 3. So we're going to call that a 6 plus 6 for 12. And then intimidation is a. One sec. Is the influence, which I have a plus 6 on. So 12 plus 6, 18.
Yeah, this is a faceless, nameless NPC who rolled a 3 on the dice. So yes, you
I'm going to
intimidate.
kind of like intimidatingly stare at him, let him on down to his feet, and hold out my hand.
Okay. And he gives you his keys and just kind of tries to not get murdered because he's assuming he's gonna get.
And I'm
murdered.
gonna say, "All right, Sam, Bison, get inside," and kind of open the door. And then I'm gonna like pause, afterthought, open the back door, and turn to that guy and say, "You too."
The fella in the back just kind of gets out, and Bison goes over. Is like, "Sorry, we're commandeering your vehicle for an important investigation. We'll have it back to you at 10:30 this night. Good day."
Well, no, the other guy's coming with us. I mean, anybody who's with him is coming with us. I don't want.
Why
This isn't
would he
going to be
ask?
theft. We're just taking the car, and then they can take it back
No,
afterwards.
that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
You're
We
gonna
should
kidnap
not bring
Matt.
them with us to this dangerous location. That is.
Yeah, no, I'm not letting them leave because I'm not stealing their car. I'm just
Okay.
borrowing it.
That would be absurd if we stole the car.
So you're kidnapping a man and his friend and getting in the car with them. All right, that's fair enough.
God. For the
so-
record, I don't support this course of action.
Max,
but
you
this
sit in
is
the front.
urgent. No, I'm driving.
No, you're not driving.
You can't drive right now. Get in the passenger seat.
I've got the
snatched
keys, Max.
I am gonna snatch the keys from you.
I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna say, the longer we do this, the more danger your sister gets.
Snatch. What do I roll?
What do I roll?
So I'm gonna say Shin did just say that he was getting pretty high. So you can roll acrobatics with a disadvantage.
Okay.
And
Dodge.
yeah, you can roll a dodge.
I don't have any proficiency in dodge either, though. It's okay.
That
Yeah,
works.
definitely use dodge. Definitely.
I have martial
And,
combat.
Nope, this is
No,
not a combat.
I have a better idea. Minnie is going to fly down and pluck the keys out of his hands as he's holding them.
Oh,
like
I
this.
hear Minnie coming from miles away.
Just let me have this, dude.
You want to do Minnie? All right.
Minnie.
Roll
Minnie's my
roll
plan.
a stealth or an acrobatics for Minnie. She's a bird, so her agility is 9.
Okay.
Shit, that's some trouble. And then I roll awareness.
Bird. You roll your whatever you want, dodge, acrobatics, whatever you feel you can dodge with, but you have a disadvantage.
Okay, hang on. In that case, I'll just roll dodge. 1 sec. So let's see. That's a 2, and An 8. So 2 plus 6 is 8 for my dodge.
Okay.
Got a 15 on stealth.
Minnie snags it out of your hand because you are very high. So you're
Okay.
like, your brain clocks it. Your digitized brain's like, 3 o'clock. Lower hand, 13 inches, and then you just don't do that. As Minnie swipes it and drops it into Max's hand.
She lands on my shoulder, and I pull a little, what are those little worms, dried worms called?
The Nightcrawler things.
Yeah, little nightcrawler treat, and I give it.
I'm going to pout and walk over to the front seat. And
all right.
Sit down, crank the seat backwards, and then also kind of lean it back and just pout with my hood up.
God. He does that in real life, you guys.
All right, so you guys are on your way driving by Bison's in the backseat with 2 grown adults that you just stole this car from and kidnapped. He's like, so we promise that you're not in danger, blah blah blah. He's just trying to give him a spiel.
They're squished together, right? Because it's like those 2 guys kind of like sitting on each other's lap and Bison sitting in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much. And you guys arrive at
But while we're going, I'm definitely going to take out my handgun at some point and just kind of make sure everything's looking good and put it back away.
Oh my God.
Just to more freak these guys out.
All right. So yeah, you guys arrive at Gate Street, and so some backstory that you might know about Gate Street. It used to be the main street of the city. Ascension's Keep has always been a pass-through city. It was built in a particular location, and they built a bridge at some point, and then trade and travel came through there pretty consistently, as it is essentially a safety oasis, being one of the few places where you can quickly travel from certain parts of the country or the continent without getting attacked by monsters, and even pick up some defenses along the way. And shortly, maybe 50 years ago, the Gate Street, which was pretty large pretty large street, like that big square in New York City, like a large attraction, basically got replaced by the new transport highway, and now it's just kind of like a place where fancy people have houses or apartment buildings.
Cool. All right.
And it's you arrive at the street, and as far as you can see, it is just a mid-morning, midday affair. Some cars here and there, a lot of foot traffic.
Is there any, as we get there and we're kind of like looking around, is there any sort of like high spot or like centralized place I can get a good vantage point or anything?
There's a few. I mean, this is a downtown sort of area, so verticality is definitely a possibility. There is this area is probably more Brooklyn style than other parts of the city, so there are fire escapes that you could probably go up and try to get a vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find nearby a mid-tier apartment apartments that you can buy, sort of thing, and you can get up on top of that building and try and get a vantage point if you want.
Okay. Then I think what I'm gonna do is turn to Bison. All right, so we get there, get out the car, tell these guys, all right, well, have a good day.
You can have your car back.
Turn to Bison, say, do that thing where you watch me, where we can talk to each other.
What's that sound?
I don't know. It was me. Was it Ollie?
Yeah, my microphone switched to my computer.
Oh.
That was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, hear you great though.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
No problem. And he just little eye starts floating around.
Okay. And I'm going to have that follow me and like run up and say I'll look from above and you all take to the streets. If we see anything, we'll just communicate with Bison via Bison.
Okay. I just
You can-
send Minnie flying around.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking
So
for
Minnie will go one way, I'll
Russell.
go one way, and then we'll just kind of divide and conquer as we look around Gate Street.
I also
Okay.
call my sister up again.
Yeah. She doesn't pick up this time.
Okay. Just looking around then.
Any sounds or sights or anything I might pick up as I'm climbing up, or
Yes. Roll an awareness for me.
you got
You
it?
can both do this, actually.
Okay.
Any advantage for climbing up high?
Yeah, definitely. Take an advantage for that.
All right, that's another D4, right?
Yeah.
Advantage.
Advantages, skills, you just keep adding on D4s.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's see.
What'd you say you had there, Max?
13.
All right. Perfect.
Lucky 13.
Awareness is intuition. I have a 18.
Okay. So, Max, as you're walking around, you're calling your sister, you're calling her multiple times, you actually find her phone on the ground. And you pick it up, and it is her. You're currently calling her right now. You see your contact, and it was just there. It's between basically in an alleyway between a couple of buildings. She might have dropped it just trying to get away. Maybe someone else texted her, called her, and it made noise, so she ditched it. Who knows? Could be anything. Or maybe
Is this-
she's in trouble.
Is this anywhere near the 369 address?
It's nearby, actually. Not directly there, but it's within walking distance. In fact, Shin, with your 18, you said?
18.
You see up a ways from this location, there is foot traffic in the street right now. It's a regular day. But for some reason, it seems like around a particular doorway, an entrance to someone's like personal residence, there's a bubble, an area, a circle, where no one seems to be walking through it. Everyone, for some reason, decides to just walk around. No one seems to be noticing this. You're just not walking through that area.
Yeah, they're just kind of like passively walking by, and they just kind of like naturally seem to be. Okay, interesting. Okay, any buildings alongside that one or anything?
Yeah, there's a couple other stone brick buildings. They also look like private residences, but only in front. It's only in front of this one porch
Okay.
that is happening.
How many stories is the building?
3 stories.
Can I get above it?
Not from this side of the road. You'd have to go to the other side.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the other side of the road, or I'm going to drop down, go to my 2 companions, and say, "There's something odd about that one right there, that building. I think we should try to find a way inside."
Is this close to where the alley was where I found Riva's phone?
It's about it's at the end of the block, and this is at the start. Sorry. The building is at the end of the block on the right side of the road, and you're on the beginning of the block at the left side of the road.
Okay. Before I leave that spot though, I definitely want to look around and see if there's any other clues as to where she might be.
Yeah. So as you look around, it's a pretty traditional alleyway, garbage and whatnot. But going off of your awareness from before, you see that the fence in the back of this alleyway that leads to another part of another street that, because of the way Ascension's Keep is built, it's always literally ascending. Like it's a large slope. So off this fence, there's a drop that allows you to get to a road that's going farther down. It looks like someone had recently climbed this fence and actually bent and dented part of the ringlets. So it's possible someone climbed over.
I'm gonna send Minnie over that way.
All right. Minnie investigates, and when they return to you, they saw nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a stairway and a passage to the lower areas of the city.
Okay. So back to the porch, the weird porch.
I'm going to see. I want to try to look around this building. Maybe just kind of take my time and kind of canvas slowly, and just look for any entrances, people, right?
Right.
Anything like that.
So this is going to be pretty clear once you get even near it. The front door is open. It's not wide open. You can't see in, but it's clearly open. There's a half-foot crack.
Is this is the address? 369 Gay Street?
Yes, it is.
I think we
All
should
right,
go
well-
inside.
I'm going to, and Max and Bison are with me.
Yes.
I'm going to turn to both of them and say, well, that's inviting. I
Is
think
it
someone
dark
wants
inside?
us to say hello.
Is it dark and doomy inside?
I'm going to walk in. I'm going to walk towards it.
Okay. Okay.
Hood's up, and I'm going to kind of like crack my neck a little bit and start making my way over and tell them, all right, just hang behind. Just stay behind me.
We'll follow along stealthily.
Okay. As you open the door, as you enter, you almost, Shin, you specifically get an alarm in your brain. Your AI is immediately telling you, Shin, this is dangerous. We're in danger. And as you open the door, you see someone immediately there. They are 9 foot tall, kind of hunched over, maybe a little taller when they stand up straight. Thin, sinewy musculature. They have sort of a beat up, scarred body. Their face is tired, and without having to do anything, you know who this is. This is Kyion Haro. This is the leader of the MSN.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. He's an Anzu, right?
Yep. And you, because you're right up front and you just kind of walked in,
Mhm.
you can see this. Max and Bison can't yet, but he actually has his arm through someone. He's holding someone up with his hand through their body and just kind of on the back of their head, holding them.
I can't see the face.
No, he's facing you essentially, and the face is facing him.
I'm going to kind of open the door wider so that they can both see.
Okay. Now that you can all see, roll a mental fortitude check for me.
You got it.
Mental fortitude, everybody. I should probably do
Trying to
that for
remember.
Bison
I'm
too.
just double checking if I have anything for mental fortitude against mental fortitude.
I don't think you do, because your arm, when it tries to take over, is what you have to roll, and you realize you don't have it.
Yep. Okay. You're right.
oh god, this is creepy.
That's a 7 there. Mental fortitude is which skill?
It's under influence.
Influence.
It's mental fort. It didn't all fit into the box.
Like this. Mental.
Exactly.
Here's odd. Why would I not put down my mental fortitude saves? Or check. What goes into mental fortitude check?
It's just another skill, so it's under
Oh.
influence.
Oh, I see. Okay. In that case, I did all right then. I have a 13.
13, all right. Max?
Oh, I'm supposed to do shit.
Yes,
Does my
everyone
stoner
can see
give me
this.
any advantage? Because I'm high or drunk?
No. I think this is not that sort of issue.
Okay. No worries.
I got a 7.
Okay. Bison also did not do super great. Excuse me. So, Max and Bison both feel death. Like it feels like they are surrounded by a cold, looming force of death. It doesn't seem targeted at them, it just seems present. Shin, you passed, so you're not going to be affected by this, but Max and Bison, you're going to have disadvantages on all rolls related to anything to do with this individual.
That's not good.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to do?
Oh, I was going to kind of like look at him now that they can kind of see it. I'm going to kind of like measure him and be like, all right, Kyion, I'm going to give you a few seconds to explain exactly what the hell it is I'm watching here before my fist finds a way into your sternum.
Wait, real quick before you answer. Do we recognize the person that he's holding?
He's behind us.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's facing you, and the person's head is sort of facing him.
Got it.
So you can't really see. But he sort of looks past this individual, and he looks at you. And Kyion always it's difficult when you talk to him because he doesn't really look at you. He sort of just observes nearby. And he quietly is like, welcome. Some intruders came into my son's home, and well, it seemed like they were up to no good, so I was just
murdering them a little bit.
Well, there are certain rights that you get when you are me. And he kind of chuckles to himself.
Put them down.
What was that?
Put them down.
Oh no. If I let go, they're gonna die. I need to ask them some questions first.
I'm going to start walking forward and kind of making my way slightly around him, trying to maybe catch a glimpse of the face. And
sure. It's not immediately a face you recognize or anything like that. It's a young man, maybe early 20s.
Okay. And I'm going to, while I'm kind of doing this, I'm going to say, and you think that you've left him in any sort of state that he could be answering your questions meaningfully?
Oh, I believe so. See, I severed his spine, but all of his organs are fine. He just can't move. He can't feel pain right now. He's fine. But if I let go, there's going to be a lot of blood. I can't imagine he'll survive for longer than a couple minutes.
Well, then perhaps maybe this is the point where we get the police involved. Have them come over with a few EMTs, save the lad's life, and then maybe you ask your questions, or maybe you just explain it to a judge.
Oh, I mean, sure, call the police. I would love to not have to clean this up myself. God, you're familiar. Who are you?
Oh, don't mind me. But I'm going to say, Bison, you heard the man. Why don't we go ahead and give the proper authorities a wee call?
Okay. And Bison's going to, take his phone out. And then his phone just kind of dies as someone else walks into the room. A decrepit old man walks into the room. One completely clouded eye, the other one barely open. Just so old, his hair is no longer growing properly. And he walks out into the living room. And as you see him walk into frame, you realize that there's actually bodies all along the floor. There's maybe a dozen people here, and you were focused so much on Kyion and his individual in his arm, you didn't realize he had already killed a dozen people.
Are any of them my sister?
Take a look.
I don't wanna.
um,
Investigate?
yeah, investigate.
Okay.
And who do we have here?
17.
None of them are your sister. So this is he walks over, he kind of shuffles along. Hello, I'm Adrian, Kyon's son.
Ah, so you're the master of the house, as it were.
Yes, it seems my father was unexpectedly paying me a visit when these gentlemen tried to eliminate me. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone.
You're saying these fellas were here to attack you?
Yes, I was just sitting in my favorite chair, and father was he was in the bath when these individuals came in and held me at gunpoint.
Judge intent. Someone's got to call it.
Yeah, go for it.
Hannah's got a better one though. Okay, I'll do it. Not bad. 7.
Okay. You can't tell if everything he's saying is, accurate. It's not like you can't tell if it's like, oh yeah, my dad really was here, or did he call him, or what's going on. But it doesn't seem like he's outright lying. It seems like he's telling the truth in terms of these people were here, they were gonna hurt him, and his dad murdered them all.
Okay.
Do you know why they were here to hurt you?
No, but maybe this fella can give us some light into that. And Kyion then kind of squeezes the head of the gentleman, and they open their eyes. What's going on? And Kyion just asks them, why were you here to kill my child? And I'm gonna go ahead and roll intimidation for him, I guess. Yeah. And the man responds with, my master ordered us to. We were meant to kill him for his involvement in the tower's creation.
Who's your master? I'm just going to ask.
Who's your daddy?
She will be the one that cleanses this disgusting country. He is soon to be a god. They are beyond you.
Any more questions from Kyion?
No, I think he's content. Just, oh, okay. Someone sent you to murder him. That's fine.
And we're, no, I'm just gonna let him do it. I'm just gonna let Kyion do his thing.
Yeah, I think Kyion just kind of asks real quick, so, is there any request before you die? And the man tries to like put his hand up to do a spell, and kind of just pops his head. Well, that was expected. He shakes the body off of his arm.
I'm going to kind of look around the room, and I'm going to kind of glance at Kyion and I guess being the leader of the MSN has its advantages.
Yes. 400 years of experience also has advantages. As he's just kind of, his son gives him a towel, and he's wiping the blood off of himself. And then he focuses in. He's like, so, what are you all doing here? And Shin, one more time for you. Your AI tells you that there is murderer's intent behind this man.
Okay. I'm going to kind of casually lean back, or kind of like make my way, kind of angle myself a little bit towards the door if I need to kind of make my getaway. But I'm going to kind of casually lean against the wall, and I'm going to say, well, you know how it is. You're walking by the neighborhood. You happen to notice the door is open, and you also happen to notice that, and I'm going to kind of level my eyes at him a little bit and say that nobody else notices. Seemed like there was something to explore here.
Oh, no one else notices? Strange.
I thought so.
So, just as he's sort of lamenting and thinking, Shin, you know that he is notoriously difficult to communicate with, being an ageless person, someone who is undying, essentially.
Sure.
Other, in terms of biological processes.
Sure.
His sense of time is non-existent. And he will sometimes narrow in and focus on a single idea, and sometimes just drift off and forget that you exist in mid-conversation. And it seems like he's maybe doing that right now. He's kind of losing track of what he's doing.
Sure. In that case, I'm also going to start, now I'm going to kind of like, while he's kind of, in that state, maybe start making my way back towards the door, back towards my friends. And I'm going to, as I kind of pass Adrian, who is walking in, I'm going to kind of pause up alongside him, and I'm going to say, so, what are the towers?
I'm assuming they meant the silent tower. It's what protects us at all times, of course.
And you helped construct it?
Yes, I was in charge of the company at the time. My father doesn't days, weeks, months, years kind of blur together for him. Not exactly the best person to run an organization.
And can you think of anybody that would want to kill you for making something that keeps us all safe?
Well, it keeps, the weak safe, I suppose. And but there were many who were in opposition at the time. And he looks to you, Max, and remarks, in fact, weren't. And what's your grandma's name?
It's a great question. Her name is Dolores.
Dolores. He turns to you and says, Dolores?
No.
Of course not. She she wouldn't be allowed out yet. She should still be imprisoned.
You know Dolores?
Why, yes, she was one of the most vocal against the Silent Tower. She tried to tear it down herself. Quite powerful, that little witch. To which Kyion actually wakes up and runs over to you and gets like, he standing looms down to you and it's just like, Dolores, are you back to fight again?
No, you're mistaken me.
His smile in excitement kind of fades. Well, that's unfortunate. It's been a long time since I had a good fight.
Oh, did he look like he was gonna kind of fight her?
Oh yeah, he
Okay,
looked excited.
Okay, in that case, like, yeah, there's a moment there where Shin actually would probably have like his gun cocked.
All right, you're going to have to fight yourself then, because your AI is going to try to stop you from
Okay,
doing.
I mean,
anything.
I didn't actually. Okay.
Okay.
Like, I didn't actually do anything, but I was just kind of like, as he rushed by, if he looked like he was about to fight, like, I would have been ready to kind of like grab a weapon.
Okay, that sounds fair. As long as you don't try to attack, your AI
No,
won't try to do anything.
I'm not gonna try to attack him. I was only like, if he looked threatening.
Oh yeah, 100%. Your hand is on your gun. You're ready. But he backs down a little bit, straightens back up. He's no longer pressing upon you, and is like, "Oh, that's too bad. You do look quite like her, though."
I get real Kenpachi vibes from this dude. Kenpachi Taijo.
Right. I'm gonna do something. When he backs off a little bit, I say, "Did you enjoy fighting and killing Mary Kyion?"
Mary. The witch's friend. No, she wasn't a fighter. She was just a simple healer. I never fought her.
Well, someone did.
Did she put up a good fight?
Why would someone have wanted Mary Kyion dead?
Well, I don't know. And but maybe. Son, do you know? You know how I am. And his son pipes up and is like, there's lots of secrets within the founders of this country. I don't know much about Mary Kyion, I'm assuming. But I do know that the last time She was out before going into the grove for 20 plus years. She went and had a consultation at the castle.
How do you know that?
I was the head of the MSN. I knew a lot of things. All the guards in this country, they understood that one way or another, they worked for me.
I'm sorry, is this Kyion saying this?
No, that's his son.
Oh yeah, Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah, but that was that was a long time ago.
Do you know what this consultation could have been about?
No. Once she was ushered inside, it became much more secretive. The king took her from there himself. Oh God, I'm so tired.
Sounds like you could use an arrest, young man.
Oh yes. If only we all were as youthful as my father.
Like I said, and I kind of glance around the room full of dead people. Seems to have its advantages, doesn't it?
Indeed.
One last question for you. Mary Kyion, was she was against she was one of the ones opposing your towers then?
Yes. Her and the witch and their little band of rebels. They thought that the tower was taking advantage of its workers. But, lazy people just don't want to do anything, really. They don't want to put their life on the line to really get anything done right.
Speaking as self-acclaimed king of laziness, you're right. You go ahead and have to arrest an old man, and hopefully you keep busy enough that, or hopefully Daddy stays around, watches the door for you.
I guess we'll see. And he just kind of chuckles to himself and goes to sit in his recliner and just drifts away. This is a very, very old man.
Okay, so we'll
just
be going now. Starts backing away slowly towards the door.
At that moment, Kyion says, "Before you go," he takes out a notebook from his pocket, and he writes a little something in it. It's written. He uses his talon and kind of the blood that was still on there, and says, "Give this to your mother."
Dolores?
Yes. You smell very similar.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I read it?
And,
What does it say?
Oh, yeah, it just says, we should have another chat.
Okay.
Yeah. So
as we walk out, I'm going to kind of close the door. I'm gonna, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to say, I am just going to close this then for you. And by the way, we couldn't call the police to help you clean up. Your son saw fit to that. So have fun. Click.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm going to say, nothing that we can talk about right now. We still have to find your sister. And I'm going to take off towards the other clue. Dragging the other two along.
So, yeah, as you go to that alleyway back there, you guys can try to roll investigation, see if you find anything else. But as it stands, it's still what you saw before. There's a couple people walking, down the stairs, but nothing that stands out.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to pause. Well, tell you what, let's roll our investigations.
Why not?
And depending on how this goes, I'm just going to do a shin thing. Ooh, that's a natural 1. And I don't have proficiency in this skill, so I think I just got a second wind of whatever I was smoking earlier.
I got double natural 1s.
Damn. All right.
Total of 9 though, with my logic.
All right. Bison is going to try to save your dumbasses.
Oh. I can roll for mini too.
There we go. 5 on the die, and let's see what's his logic. Oh, he has three d4s in investigation. Yeah. Okay. So he does actually supersede a 9. He does substantially better. Did Minnie do better?
Oh, I don't know. What does Minnie have
Bison.
in logic? I don't have a character sheet for Minnie.
Let me see. It's in the book for bird creature, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a crow, so probably pretty high for a beast. I'm gonna say like a 6.
Okay.
Typically, creatures usually have 1 in almost everything, and then 1 or 2 skills that are pretty high.
Okay.
So for Minnie, it's agility and
So
intelligence
it'll be
or logic.
12.
Yeah, 12. All right. So Bison and Minnie kind of actually work together. His little eye starts, hovering around, and him in like a sort of like a spotlight reviewing the scenery as Minnie kind of hovers around like a searching helicopter, and they actually spot something. A ways down the alley, there is a dumpster with some blood on it.
To the dumpster.
All right. At the dumpster, you find a note. It's written on the back of the dumpster itself as you're investigating, and it says, "They almost got me, but I got away. Max, please try to find me." Yeah. That's going to be the end of this episode.
My sister!
Nice.
No!
See, this is why I just keep my family members close at hand.
Yeah, that's why you bring a 4-year-old to a horrible crime scene.
I thought you were going to end that sentence with gunfight.
I mean, basically. Oh, dearie me.
You just brought a 4-year-old to a gunfight.
Man, I really wish you had attacked Kyion. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. We'll talk to you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow us on Twitter at Cryptid Delta, and you can follow any of the other things we watch on that we make on here, because there's a few different little programs, and we hope you enjoy yourselves. This was a lot of fun. Come back next time to see what the fuck happened to Max's sister.
Ah!
She's the
I'm
killer.
so nervous.
She's dead.
No,
She's the killer,
she got away.
and she's
She got
dead.
away, it said.
She got away.
Except to find her.
That's her
Uh,
victim's blood on the wall.
This is really hard when you have a sister in real life. It's really hard.
well, we'll see. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Like,